Good morning, welcome to Headline Focus here, live on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is Tuesday the 12th of December 2017. Let's have a look at what's making the news. So to start off with, Grenfell blaze was a national atrocity where safety warnings were ignored. Those are the comments by Michael Mansfield QC, who's a lawyer representing some of the families affected by the Grenfell Tower fire. Now, this is the first time that lawyers are actually giving evidence. He's giving evidence currently in a two-day procedural hearing happening in London. This is alongside, going parallel with, the criminal investigation into the Grenfell Tower blaze as well. Definitely more lines coming from that later on today. Next up, Chancellor against Trump tax plans. Now, Philip Hammond, the Chancellor, is one of 5 European ministers writing to the White House to basically oppose the tax plans which are being proposed by the Trump presidency and the Trump administration. Ministers are warning that these tax cuts which Trump is planning to introduce in the US will flout international agreements and undermine trade, and also have a big impact, negative impact on the City of London, particularly, obviously, on those financial services institutions. Let's look in focus, though, at the main story today, which is to do, again, with online media and online social media. Now, this has been something which has been dogging the government for months and months, and actually even years. This goes back to Theresa May, the current Prime Minister. When she was Home Secretary, she was saying stuff like this as well. As you can see in the Daily Mail, Facebook ripping society apart, and in the Times as well. Theresa May has been urged by independent watchdog, they're reporting, to prosecute or fine social media companies which fail to remove racist, extremist or child sex abuse content. Similarly, in the Daily Mail here, we have Facebook ripping apart the fabric of society. Their comments made by former employee of the social media giant, Shamath Filapita, and Facebook is leaving users, that she's saying, feeling vacant and empty. Now, this is something to do with content particularly. The concerns that social media, particularly Facebook and Twitter, is being used by child molesters, paedophiles, but also criminal gangs and people putting up content such as ISIS, and the inability to control this content and to control the behaviour and what happens to this content and where it gets decimated. It's something which still has not been resolved. It demands far more cooperation between the government and the social media companies involved, who are perhaps unwilling to censor content excessively and are trying to find that line with government regulation and government concerns. One more story then, coming from the newspaper, the biggest breakthrough in brain science for 50 years. Now, this is the fantastic news that an experimental treatment for Huntington disease is hopefully going to be introduced. There's been, had successful trials. It's called game-changing breakthrough. Could also offer hope for Alzheimer's and Parkinson's sufferers as well. It's an experimental drug. It's injected into the spinal fluid, and it's safely lowered levels of toxic proteins in the brain during these experiments, which successfully slowed and we hope will stop the spread of Huntington's disease for those sufferers. Experts say it could be the biggest breakthrough in neurodegenerative diseases for 50 years. So some good news there. Hope those trials come through and those experts are proved right. That's pretty much it for today. Your update will be giving you another Headline Focus tomorrow from Strasbourg, beside the European Parliament. But from me, Rob Double, and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic Tuesday.